undercover on Instagram.
I'm gonna find that out for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Check it out, Emil.
We should also address the reason why Nate is not here. I think because it's a sad reason for him. He has a dog, Andrew Jackson. He's mentioned him on the show quite a bit. And in fact, if you're just like an occasional listener, every now and again you might have heard the name Andrew Jackson just pop up and think, who's that? And it was his dog that he's had. It was a rescue pup in 2002. And when he took him in, they said he was untrainable, were the words they used. And they said, you know what, and when you bring him back, we're going to put him down. But lo and behold, he took to Nate. And 12 years later, unfortunately, he does have to be put down. And that is happening today, unfortunately. And he put up some wonderful, wonderful posts about, his friendship, his love for Andrew Jackson, the dog, which I thought was pretty amazing, I must say. Just the list of things that the dog has done, like went to 3 continents, swam in 3 different oceans.
Yeah.
And took a piss on the Berlin Wall, which I thought was awesome.
That's pretty rare for a dog.
And I've never had the privilege of meeting the dog, but that summing up, ending it with and pissed on the Berlin Wall, makes me I like that dog. It's a good dog. So I thought I'd also play at least one song in honor of Andrew Jackson. Because he's leaving us this morning, and I've never met the dude, but the fact that it's happening to a good friend, it's just sad. So sad. But in honor of Andrew Jackson, I'm gonna play this song for him. Andrew, I never knew you, but I do love you.
I was a teenage anarchist looking for revolution. I had the style, the ambition, read all the authors, I knew the right slogans. There was a war, but the class war, I was ready to set the world on fire. I was a teenage anarchist, looking for revolution. So, you remember when you were young and you wanted to set the world on fire. A teenage anarchist, but the politics are too convenient. In the depths of their humanity, all I saw was boundless ideology. With freedom as a doctrine, guess who was the new authority? I was a teenage anarchist, but the politics are too convenient. Anarchist, but then the scene got too rigid. It was a mob mentality. They set their rifle sights on me. Narrow visions of autonomy. You want me to surrender my identity? I was a teenage anarchist. The revolution was a lie.
Remember
teenage anarchist.